Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in man to man on Fridays. Try to do a video for the few fellas we have. It's something I'm working on, and one of the things is as I'm working on something, I just like to share it just in case somebody else that is in the same process. And one of the biggest things for me is, being slow to anger. Last night I had to go off on a couple guys and kind of got beside myself and really had to rip them a new one. And as men, sometimes you get in that place, you only say so much before you ready to slap somebody. And I have to remind myself that I represent something as a father, as a coach, as a man in this world, as a black man in America, that I have to hold myself to a certain standard and that I gotta practice being slow to anger. And now with my case and situation, it was dealing with, my oldest son and a situation with his coach. And I had to, and I was heated. I was upset. And the day as I look back, I'm like, I could handle that differently. I could, my voice don't have to be as firm, or the pitch could be, a little lower. I could send an email and set up a meeting versus addressing the situation right in the moment. And I feel like that's what we have to do as men is every day you got to look at yesterday and you got to watch the game film. When I was playing football, we'll play the game on the weekend, and then on Monday was film study. And you got to watch the whole, not the whole game, but you watching a lot of clips of the game. And the coach got the little red laser, and he's showing it. Gaskins, what are you doing right here, Gaskins? What's going on right here? Okay, that's what I need you to do. And you got to watch the film, and you learn from it. So next time you go out, you don't make that same mistake. And I think what we have to start doing is in our life, in our marriage, in our interactions with our kids. It was a couple weeks ago, I talked to my son, and I said something to my wife. I was like, um, baby, anything here to eat? And she was like, yeah, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna make this right here. And then I was like, oh, you didn't get to make it yet? And then my oldest son, he butted in. Yeah, mom got home like 5 minutes ago. I said, son, was I talking to you? He said, no. I said, shut up then. And then so later I had to go and apologize to him and say, hey, son, listen, I ain't mean to say shut up now. He's like, oh, dad, it's nothing. He was like, I'm used to it. I was like, I ain't never told you to shut up. And he was like, from mom. And I was like, oh, your mom is Jamaican now. And so, but I had to, as a man, I had to say, okay, if his mama said, that's a little different because it's coming from his mom. He don't see us the same. He know my energy is different. He know my physical presence is different. The tone of my voice is different. So if she said, it's kind of like, oh, that's my mom. That's her personality, and it he don't take it as like aggression. It might be like, shut up, T. Something like that. So it's just the way it's said. But when I said it, it was kind of like a fight and shut up. And so I had to watch the game film. And I go to him. And when I say game film, I just mean replaying in your mind what you did yesterday, how you acted in that situation, and what you could do better. I say game film, and I got an email one time, and someone was like, "Hey Tony, can you tell me where I can find the film, the game film that you mentioned? What channel it's on?" And I was like, yeah, not what I was talking about. So I realized, so y'all forgive me, sometimes I have to explain stuff because you're talking to people different ages, different, people never played sports. And so, I have to explain stuff sometimes so y'all understand that because we don't want nobody left behind. And so as myself, as a man, that's where I'm growing at right now, in my, and it's a daily struggle because I'm cool and calm and collected. And I'm a very nice person. I'm quiet until I feel like you trying me. But in that area, I got to make sure that I could go 0 to 20 or zero. When I say 0 miles per hour to 20 miles per hour, 0 to 55 miles per hour, the speed limit, 0 to 75, the max speed limit you're going to see, but not 0 to 100, not 0 to 150. And that's what we have to check ourselves at. And also have to realize that I have to be humble, and if you go from intern to assistant to associate to manager to supervisor to director to superintendent, you have to make sure that your attitude and your energy as superintendent is the same, like your character and the way you treat people and the way you talk to people is the same as it was when you were an intern. But see, a lot of times as we elevate in life, whether we get older in our age, we think that make us more wise. And so now we could talk to people different. As we make more money, we think that, give us more right to talk to people different. You go from single to married, you think you talk to people different. You go from single to in a relationship, now you looking down on the single people. Are you talking to me in a relationship? You trying to tell me in a relationship and you single as a dollar bill? And so we talk to people differently when our life changed. And when you really evaluate this, especially as men, and of course women who watching this could work on this too, but when you really evaluate this as men and you see the way you talking to your wife, you see the way you talking to your child, and you see the way you talking on business and the way you interacting with people. I was just talking to a young lady on a situation I was doing a phone call on, and she's customer service. So in my mind, I was trying to, say, hey, can you have such and such call? Can you have this person call me? Basically, I was saying, can you have the decision maker call me? The lady who answered the phone trying to tell me, what their policies is and all of this. But what I understand, what she didn't understand is that when money talking to money, when a boss talking to a boss, that's a different conversation that a customer service rep is not going to understand. I understand that. She don't understand that because she's not in that position to make that decision, because the money decisions don't affect her directly and she not making those decisions. She answering the phone. So listen, because I understand that, it's one or two ways I could go about that. On one way, I could say, listen, ma'am, this is above your pay grade. You don't know what you're talking about. So can you please hush and pass the message that I just told you to pass? Bosses don't talk to assistants. Bosses talk to bosses. I could have said that, right? But then that lady, she might just ball up my number, ball up my email, say, you know what, forget you. I ain't passing this message on. This message was never heard. These phone calls ain't recorded. Forget you. Thank you, all that. And I could tell you it's a Negro, because I could tell this young lady was a Caucasian. So she could have said anything. But instead, I said, okay, yes, ma'am, I understand. But yeah, can you have the broker call me? Yes, and can you take my phone number, my email? I say once the broker, sees who I am, or she Googles me or what have you, she'll understand that this is a legitimate ask, and who she's talking to, and not that this just isn't. I'm not a scammer or a thug out the street trying to occupy this here space, but this legitimate business, and it's coming from this would be a legitimate process here, because I was calling on something that usually who would be calling them would be, just could be any type of person that may not be in the right mindset, that may be scamming or maybe what have you. And so that's how she was kind of talking to me, like I was her typical client. And I said, no, this is not for me. I'm cutting the check, but this is actually for a family member. And so I could have attacked her personally and degraded her, which is what you see on the movies and what you may have done when you talking to customer service. I see it even with my brand. People see my brand and see that I do everything in my power to carry myself as a positive individual online, and people will write in and go off on the customer service for a mistake that they made. I bought a course and I cannot get in the course right now, and I need you to fix this right now. I'm very disappointed with this business. And y'all need to, because I do not want to get scammed out of my money. Like, people will come and take that approach and don't realize they talking to me. And now it's been a handful of times that I have read somebody. You hit me? Read. I'll talk about left to right, top to bottom. And I now I type up the whole email and I delete it. And I say, I'm just finna get out of here. I'm finna let my wife handle this, I'm finna let customer service handle this right here, because I realize I'm not in the mindset with what I'm dealing with at the level of business that I'm operating with, and the amount of people tugging on me. I'm not in a place anymore to handle irate people in the customer service email, because I done gave them a piece of my mind. And I done did that a few, and they're right. I am so disappointed in the way you're talking to me. And I do not think Tony Gaskell will be approving. They don't realize they talking to Tony Gaskell. And I had to chalk it up. All right, Lord, forgive me. I done ran somebody off now, telling them about they behind. But really because they becoming disrespectful. And it's because they talking to customer service. And so they feel like they are above somebody who answer emails. So they feel like they could talk down to it. And the problem be on their end. They done went to the academy and bought a course, but they put .com on their email address instead of .com. So they go back and they click sign in and they put .com and they create a new account, and the course is not in that account. And they write in like they have been scammed, when it's really they had a typo in their sign up, in their email address. And they've created 2, 3, 4 accounts. And so now we have to go in, delete all the accounts, but they're blaming Tony Gaskell's Academy. And they will go off on the customer service. And it kind of showed me that, and this could be for a $5 course. And so it shows me that this is a human issue, that we have to evaluate where we're operating from and where we're speaking from. And we got to make sure that we keeping our cool and that we coming correct. And what I have noticed, and this is what I have learned, at the times that I have been successful with articulating my issues, my concerns, I've always gotten a resolution, the desired outcome. Whenever I let my anger get in the way and I talk from a place of ego or arrogance, I never get the desired outcome. And so that's what I have learned, and that's what I want to share, because you literally can recreate your life and you could build this healthy, happy, peaceful lifestyle when you learn how to talk through your issues, how to articulate yourself cool, calm, and collected, and you learn how to handle things, and you handle it from the right place versus handling it from a place of anger. So, hey, yeah, this phone, I'm shooting it up and down right now. I can't show you my little setup right now, but I got this thing offline, probably $150. I should have kept the link because it's kind of cool, because it got a tripod and it hold your phone. And on this side, it got your microphone, but I can't plug my phone in because I'm on an iPhone and it plugs like the little circle jack. So I got to get an adapter. And then on the other side is a little light, and they slide into the side of the little tripod. But the tripod, I got it down all closed, so it's a monopod right now, and I'm able to just hold it with my hand, and it's much more stable than me just holding my phone. And you holding your phone, and your hand be shaking, and your hand, you ain't got no balance. But right here, it's just standing up, and it's much easier to hold, much more stable. I wish I had this here link that I ordered this from. I put it in the YouTube for beginners course, so y'all could get this right here. Well, if I find that link, I'll put it in there. Yeah, don't email me now. Oh yeah, okay, Miss Got to find the link. Listen, I said if I find the link, I'll put it in the YouTube for beginners course. I do not have the link right now. I do not know the link. So delete your email right now that you're getting ready to send into support. Oh yeah, Tony mentioned he had a thing. Would you happen to be able to get the link? No, they can't get the link. I do not have the link. Okay, when I get the link, I'm gonna put it in the course. This for the people who in the course. This ain't a free fall. This ain't for people just passing by on a video. This for people who have invested in their YouTube business. When I find this here link, all right. Now see, how I had to express that. Okay, and I had to express it, in a joking manner, but it's jokingly serious, because that's how people be writing in the customer service. Not somebody finna do it just to get on my nerves, just to try me. And I'm gonna tell you something I made a mistake on now. This man, he in New York, Bed-Stuy. He in Bed-Stuy. He got 0 followers. He don't have a picture. He gonna send me a voice memo on the Instagram DM. So when it's a voice memo, it make you click on it, versus just reading it. Because somebody talking to you out their mouth, it's more interesting type of message than somebody typing to you. So I click it to listen to it, and he say, yeah, you on here online talking all out your mouth behind the here camera. You need to shut the F up. You'll come up here to where I'm at. Bet you won't be talking all that noise up here in Bed-Stuy. I'm up here to Bed-Stuy, New York. And you know what? You look soft, old green-eyed mother effer, old F-A-G-G, old F-A, doing all this cussing. So I listened to it last night about 1 o'clock in the morning. And it literally made me laugh. I got me a good laugh. I said, well, this thing is hilarious. I cannot believe. I said, what is this? And what is he talking about? Talking noise. Like, wait, did his woman leave him? And she told him to listen to me. And so now this morning, everything going good. I come home. I had to go drop off my wife's truck. They put me in a loaner. Now, when they put me in that loaner now listen, the man said, yeah, it's on half a tank, so you just got to fill it up to where it's at. He talking loud, but he talking so his other service people can hear. Now, I had to check him. I said, now, see, that's what y'all need to do better. You need to do full or you need to do empty. I said, I know how to get the full and I know how to get the empty. I said, I can't be at the gas station trying to guesstimate on how much money is going to get me to half a tank. Sir, I marked it as empty, sir. You just part. He whispering now because he ain't supposed to do that. I marked it as empty, sir. You just return it on empty. All right, well, don't be loud talking me then, telling me to bring it back in on where it's at. If you got it on half a tank, now do your job the right way. Now I give you a full tank of gas if you give me a full tank of gas. Now I had to check him on that now, and so it's a balance because you say, okay, do I be humble? Like, I mean, do I just bite the bullet or do I express the inconsistency here? So me, I had to choose to express that inconsistency. Now here's where the humility came in. I'm dropping off a car. And typically when you drop off a car, the loaner, they try to put you in something that's as close to the level of the car you dropping off. Now, they put me in a loaner that is about 1/4 of the price of the car I'm dropping off. 1/4 of the price. So it's so picture 1/4 of the price. What I mean, if you get somebody $100 bill and they say, oh, okay, here's 25. You say, hey, can you change this 100 for me? And they give you $25. You go, hold on, you ain't changed this 100. You stole 75. So when you get you a loaner, like before they put me in a loaner, that it was about equivalent in the price, and you feel good because you be done elevated your mindset, you be done went to another level in what you driving, and then so when they hand you the keys to something else, you kind of like, hold on, now I brought a Toyota Camry in here, and you put me in this Dodge Neon, which I ain't got nothing against Dodge Neon now, but I done came in the Toyota Camry. And so you kind of like, and then you trying to get in the Dodge Neon. He's like, man, this ain't kind of snug. Like, Toyota Camry got a little more space in it. And so now you feel a kind of certain way. And then somebody who see you in your Toyota Camry, and now they seeing your Dodge Neon. Oh, ooh, it fell out. Ooh, it fell out. Now they getting on the phone. Hey, yeah, did she have a Toyota Camry? Girl, I just seen at the light. Girl, she in a Dodge Neon. Yeah. Yeah, probably done went broke. Thought she was all that. And so all this running through your head. You know, you thinking about status and all of this and how you look and what people gonna be thinking when they see you at the light if they done seen you in this right here. So all this running through here. And this is why I had to choose humility. I say, you know what? It's a car. It's a car and it drive. And see, this is the internal battle that happens with us all. And now don't be in the comment patting yourself on the back because you happy driving a Hootie of a Pinto. That's okay. Congratulations. Here go a cookie. Congratulations. Here go a cookie. We ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about that. You might be happy with that. And congratulations. Congratulations. That's okay. All right. Well, then we ain't here to brag on our strengths. We here to focus on our weaknesses to get better on our weakness. Because wherever you strong at, guess what? It's somewhere else you weak at. So instead of bragging about your strength, just because your strength is somebody else's weakness, where your weakness at that you need to be working on that is somebody else's strength. You see what I mean? That's what we need to do. And so I said, you know what? I'm finna get in the here little thing. Cause the car they put me in, the car my sister drive. Now, me and my sister income is totally different. So I didn't really feel comfortable getting my sister level of car. Now this just me being transparent with you. Now I ain't trying to be arrogant or nothing like that. I'm just being transparent with you, and then just tell you what I had to, you know. So it's kind of it's to paint the picture. It's kind of like if I go to P Diddy and I'm telling P Diddy, hey Diddy, let me hold your car, man, and you drive mine. Diddy a billionaire, so he finna look at, huh? What you said? Woo! Yeah, Tony, I ain't gonna better. Tony, I ain't gonna better be. Tony, you wouldn't catch me dead in your car. You see what I drive with? So now it wasn't that bad, but that's kind of how I was like, hold on, now this is a woman's car. You finna put me in this little car? It look like a hatchback, like. I got too much swag to be getting in a car with a hump on the back of it like this. Nah, come on now. It threw my head. But then what I had to do, I ain't say nothing. In the past, I made them go get me another car because I was feeling myself. You know, I was operating from a place of arrogance. And I made them, hey, listen, hold on. What I just dropped off to you, don't come bringing this around here. I can't be seen in that right there. This what I drive. Don't y'all try to put me in it. Don't try me like that. And then they brought me a nice car. So I'm like, so you got this car sitting back there. And if I wouldn't have said nothing, see, that's why they say the squeaky wheel get the grease. And so I patted myself on the back and was like, oh, yeah, you did the right thing. But no. This time I said, you know what? I'm gonna get in this car. You know, this is finna cramp my style now. But you know what? It's a car. I ain't even drop off my car. I dropped off my wife's car. It's a car. It'll keep my wife from having to come pick me up. This is a vehicle. It ride. It look nice. You know, a lot of people will kill to have it. So I'm finna drive this. And so I had to choose humility over arrogance. And I'm sharing this with you in transparency to let you know none of us ever arrive. You're going to have people online who try to ride in on a cloud like a knight in shining armor, like they figured everything out in life and like they do everything perfect and like they don't make any bad decisions and like they don't have an internal struggle. But we all going to have an internal struggle. And you have to be able to observe, to study the game film, study your yesterday so that your today can be better. So you can say, you know what? Yesterday I went off. Yesterday I went off on customer service. Today I'm finna be cool. Yes, I was calling to see. I had sufficient funds in my account, but when I checked my account, it didn't process my funds. And what I thought had already came out was just an approval, so it fell off. And then they processed it again today. But I had spent the money that's in the account, so now it sent me negative $10, and then I got a $35 overdraft fee. So I wonder if you could help me with that. When you do that, somehow their computer system work. Oh, you know what? I put it in and it waived the fee. So we've waived the $35 and it's just a negative 10. And so you can bring your balance, up to balance now. Thank you so much. Is there anything else I can help you with? Now, when you call in, yes, I need to talk to somebody because y'all is scamming, and that's why you got a class action lawsuit right now, because you a scammer and you trying to get $35. We are in a pandemic, and you taking $35 from me. I bet I'm gonna tell you what. By the time I get off the phone, if I don't have my $35 back, woo, you finna hear from me. And so now you handle it like that. All of a sudden, their computer system don't work. Well. Excuse me, sir. Ma'am. I cannot control this. All I can do is just punch this into the computer, and the system tells me if it can reverse the fee or not. Can you hold on for a second? And then they'll leave you on hold for 5 to 7 minutes, knowing it don't take that long. Because when you did it, Cool, Calm, and Collected, it was 30 seconds. So now you sitting on the hold, you listen to the music, and then they come back. Yes, unfortunately, the computer didn't approve it. They ain't even hit nothing. They ain't hit now button. Now, this could be all a coincidence, and it could be all the working of the Lord. But this what I done noticed. When I used to call in on my overdraft fees snapping, they'll never reverse it. But anytime I used to call in, Cool, Calm, and Collected, listen, I used to live in an overdraft. You hear me? I was paying $500, $600 a month overdraft fee. You hear me? Yeah, I come from the mud. You hear me? Out the mud. And while I was on there, I could have started a business for overdraft negotiation services. Hey, just give me $5. So I'm gonna get that $35 back for you, but give me $5 of it. I could have had a full-time business calling in on your behalf, pretending I'm you. Because that's how much I was on the phone with them people. And I started to learn. I'm like, you know what? Every single time I done called in and I done been Cool, Calm, and Collected, somehow they done reversed the fee. But anytime I went off, I don't even know if the person, because they know it's a million calls coming in, so they know the bank isn't finna listen to every single call. So they could say they doing something and not even doing it. And because of the way you done went off on them. And some people tired of their job anyway, so if they get in trouble for it, they ready to lose that job. They ready to say they got fired versus they quit. So now they could file unemployment. You see what I'm saying? And so it's the way that you interact with people, the way you speak to people, the way you handle your situations. And when you challenge yourself, and this I'm challenging myself every day, like I got to get better. And sometimes I do good for a while, and then boop, I'll be done read somebody like a newspaper, left to right, top to bottom, front to center, up and down. And then I got to reset. All right, I lost that one. But hey. Now, see, the one thing about it is I do not yell and I do not curse. So even what I'm saying is bad, it might not be bad. It might not be your level of bad if you curse and you yell. Now you really getting going. And I don't use curse words. So it's still gonna be bad now. It's gonna sting. But this is what we have to evaluate and work on. And what I've noticed is that when I handle it the right way, I win. Now, I'm not going to let anybody take advantage of me. I'm not going to let anybody get over on me. I'm going to call everybody out. But I want to call them out with a righteous indignation and represent Christ in a way that when somebody say, oh, okay, you act like a Christian. I'm a life coach. Oh, really? This what you coaching? Then I have to realize, oh, man, you know what? Well, you know what? Boy, I sure ain't acting like no mentor, like no positive individual in the world, but I'm acting like a ratchet. And so you have to be real with yourself. And if you're real with yourself and you're honest with yourself, that's where you grow. And that's when you're going to start to string together some victories instead of losses, and your life going to change. Hey, this is Tony Gaskins here. God bless you. We'll talk soon.